Welcome back to Timeline Ranch. It's morning, fairly early, decent sunrise, and it's raining a little bit. Show you what it looks like. Nice light rain. I'm sure all the vegetation appreciates it. And it's about 36 degrees, feels like 30 degrees. I'm sure in the rain it feels a lot colder than 30 degrees. So I will be working in the building again today. Not out here enjoying the brisk rain. Let's go inside. Yep, sure am appreciating this little wood burning stove. Looks like my water's about ready. Let's go upstairs. So I'm back here working on this. I didn't talk about it yesterday, but I'm gonna put a little loop from this electrical box into this junction box for the PV, because I'm gonna have a 2-inch metal nipple to go out into the exterior box where all the solar panel array feed will, come into there, and then I can pull it through this 1-inch. So I can run an electrical and AC, put an exterior plug out there. That's why I'm connecting that. So it's just a pull point to pull out to a box that can be attached to the exterior box. Then I'm going to clean up this mess. I had to whittle out some of the foam behind that box to get it to sit back in there far enough. So I'm going to sheetrock to this point around it, and then I'll cut a piece of wood that fits in that space, and then I'll attach some of that red oak veneer to it, so you'll just see 2 screws, and then I'll do a casement, like a rosette around it, each corner, and then some bead molding. It'll look nice. That's how you make a junction box look nice. Well, that's what I'm working on. Get that out of the way, and then my favorite insulation. I'm going to insulate all this wall. Sorry for the poor lighting. It is what it is right now. I don't have any lighting up here. I've got this one little solar light going. And then downstairs, that other little section. Well, let me get started. Like I said on another video, I may not even use this, but I'd sure rather have it in there than need it, not have it. So I've got 6 1-inch EMT coming in from the top, from the, what'll be coming from feed from the PVs off the roof. And then here I'll have a 2-inch direct sunlight PVC that'll run over to a junction box on the opposite side of the building for the other solar array setup. And then from there it goes to what will be an underground electrical room that I haven't built yet. It's been tough getting that 1 inch in this wood frame walls. I knew it was going to be tight. I'm just going to dry fit them for now and zip the box in. Then I can go back inside the building and get my measurements for the last 3. I'll have to make this connection up at the very last. This is when it's nice to have somebody with you. It'd be nice to have somebody hold this box in place. That wind's making it not so pleasant today. That'll make it where I could just measure down, hit the top of it, take off 1/8 of an inch for this male adapter. Let's go back in the building. Be glad to have this box done. I didn't want to just stub them down for now because I know it'll be probably a year before I get back to it. I want to go ahead and finish something completely. Yeah, I have worked all day on this electric. It'll be real tough getting that last connection done. Almost done. Drill 3 holes. I marked the outer edge of it, so I'll have to measure in to get the center of it. I'm going to slide all the locking nuts up on there and try to put together without those on there. I think it'll be a lot easier than trying to fight each one of them that way. Oh man, this is gonna be tough here. Yeah, I guess that's about right for as hard as this whole thing's been. The very end shouldn't be any easier, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm about to make the fittings on there and then put the metal adapters down at the box, and I just gotta tighten them inside the box, which is not the easiest. Man, I think I got them all. Yeah, got them all in there. That just needs to go up. Some blood back in my arms. That should be it. Now I just got to get the, where is the start? That's another thing though. That's one, 5 more to go. Well, 45 minutes later, I got them all tight. Put a few extra holes in the bottom, 2 more screws. Yep, I'm just about officially done with this. It's taking me almost the whole day to do this 1 inch. But it's done now. All I gotta do is connect the underground here, but that's fairly easy compared to running all that 1 inch EMT. I think I'm gonna call it a day on this. Feeling beat up. I don't know how many times I smashed my fingers and pulled my nails back on different things around here working on this. That's what this conduit's just a marker for the end of the pipe that I stepped over this way. Man, that's probably been 2.5 years ago. Putting it on backwards. This is actually an interior box for anybody, electrician, and looking at it. It's underneath the building though, so it'll never get water on it. And they didn't have any exterior at the time, so I went ahead and got it. I'll have 2 exterior up top where the PVs run into those. Not like they're actually watertight either way, but they're a lot more watertight than this type box. Well, I figured I'd walk you through the whole little setup on the electric. So we are upstairs, as you can tell by no wood burning stove. So this is where the headache for me started. So this receptacle, I'll just pull another feed up and into this box, and then there'll be an exterior box, a pull box outside above that wooden deck that's going to be out there, and that'll have the EMT running off the PV panels into it, but I can also put a receptacle off the side of it. So that's my intent for that. I'll have the same setup on the other side, which I'm not looking forward to doing, but that one's definitely going to be used because that's my primary setup for the photovoltaic panels. So let's go downstairs. So here we are downstairs. Well, I'll tell you, that little spot right there, that was rough. Every piece was a fight. So that's the feed going up to that receptacle beside it, and it ties into another receptacle here, and then it'll stub out the bottom, and that's my connections going to the box that's underneath there, the pull box that's under the building. Let's go under the building. So here we are under the building. That was what I was just working on. So from that pull box, the PV panel wires will go underground. Come over to here, tie into the side of this box. These are two underground that go out of the building and underneath the canopy in the direction of where that building I'm going to build later. It's going to be a stone dome structure, but it'll have a basement, and the basement will be the battery bank, the charge controllers, the inverters, you know, all that type of stuff. You know, the ground temperature here is 64 degrees, so that's ideal for the batteries. It's slightly on the cool side, but they'd rather be cool than hot. So that's this one will have the 1-inch EMT just like this one that I've been working on will. And that's going to catch the solar array that's on the south facing side of the building. It'll be on the canopy on the south facing side. This is my AC power. So I have some rigid metal pieces of pipe. I'll transition to rigid and go up through the floor, tie on to the 200 amp panel that'll be in the building. There'll be another 2-inch iron pipe, schedule 40, that drops down, and there's going to be a gutter bank right here mounted on that 2x10. And what that's going to allow me to do is all this EMT that I've stubbed out of the building. See one here, one there. Everywhere I've stubbed out, a piece of pipe for a receptacle. They're all over the place. There's one there. There's one there. Those will have just a junction box, and they'll tie into each other. Some of them will, some of them won't. And they'll all come back over here and tie into that gutter bank. That'll make it real easy. Then I can pull all those feeds up that single 2-inch into that panel. It'll look nice and clean and be pretty easy to run. And if I ever have a problem because I ran this in EMT, I can always pull the wire back out and pull another one in. That's the beauty of it. And you can always pull in another circuit if you need to. I'll have a dedicated 1-inch running over for the electric range. It's going to be in this corner down here. That's going to be the kitchen side. Those other two electrical conduits, that's one's a sleeve that doesn't have anything in it. The other one has the water feed to that little makeshift sink in there. That 1.5 inch PVC, that's the waste off where the kitchen sink's going to be. I still need a few more underground. I'm going to have a hot water return that's going to come because the water heater is going to be in this other building that's going to be on this side of this one. So I want a return loop to keep that, hot system hot. I've got that. I've got another feed from that because the main water filtration system will be in this other building. So it's going to feed back into this system from that. This box here is not electrical. That's actually a junction point from PEX to copper. And it'll also have a 3/4 pop off, like a TNP, like on a water heater. And there'll be a copper coil on the wood burning stove. So if it hits 210, that pop off will go off and keep it from blowing the line. Or if the pressure exceeds you know, the rating on that pop off, then it'll go. But that'll make a good junction point. So it'll be copper all the way down into this box, and then PEX underground out to that other building that's going to have the water heaters in it. So I've still got quite a bit of work to do under here, but a little at a time I'm getting there. It's starting to look like it's coming together. Well, I guess that's going to be it for this one. I'll make myself some dinner and today's shower night. I'll see y'all next one.